be alive. Split it like Moses, nigga stuck. I'm nervous to rap, circle back, yeah. I'm just blessed to be alive. Split it like Moses, nigga stepping to the side. Think I heard his ego, I'm through the back, nigga. Think I heard his ego, I'm threatening his pride. You must wanna die, stepping with the fire like.
I've been expanding, got the popper in with cannon. Joined the team when I was pushing, like in path, guess I was right though, huh? I started weaving with lift, I was pressed, had to handle on my own and take the bench. Now I'm back and catching numbers, top the weight up off my chest. Cannon told me get the spazzing out my shell, I turn shotgun, passenger up us, bitch.
I make him nervous to rap. I had D1 dreams, but I was working the trap. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk, but I heard he a rap. Think I heard his ego, I'm threatening his pride. You must wanna die, stepping with the fire like bat. No love for pretenders, bitch. With a plug gave me 50 or better. I got green like pond, I was tripping for cheddar. Shit, I mean with the rhyme, kept the zip in the cellar. I'm a one-man band like Sammy Davis, drunk as fuck. Split decision, get the wiggin' like a cancer patient. Yeah, I told AOHB, fingernails dirty cause the paper ain't clean, yeah. I make him nervous to rap. I had D1 dreams, but I was working the trap. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk, but I heard he a rap. And we ain't see him in the front, we gon' circle the back. His ego, I'm threatening his pride. You must wanna die, stepping with the fire like bat.
Yo. We're back for another episode. Cannon.
Pretty well. Just got to see a Nuggets game. Unfortunately, we took the L to the Nets, but we had three of our starters out, so I'm not too worried. And then otherwise, it was a pretty good fight back. It's a little weird because there was like one space between every. Someone didn't show up on the way back to be like in between these two people that I definitely did not. I was like, yes, and so I was hyped for showing up late. But otherwise, it's been a good week. Just been good to see my sister. But music stuff's going crazy.
And I'm a shit starter, so I'm happy it's finally getting the ball in motion.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, Drew?
I'm good, man. I had my graduation this weekend. That in and of itself was an experience. I ate a bunch of shrooms. When itself was horrible for the hour just sitting. A great day. It was a great set. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't want to be tripping during the after party, like at night. Graduation, I'll say. And I ended up having a good time. I was like, this is like lining up for the Hunger Games because they just had us going up by numbers and shit. It was different. Yeah, I texted my girl. I was like, this is a bad idea. Like, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I don't know everyone else's thing, but I'm surrounded by a bunch of people not chilling, so.
It's not like you did it with...
Right, nah.
Maybe somebody else fucker right there, boy.
But it was fun, so... yeah, that was my experience this week. I had a really good graduation party. Like I said, family came. Can we talk about what you've been up to yet?
Came through actually. Right before we did this show, I got to smoke with him, chop it up outside, smoke a couple blunts. I've been playing the new Resident Evil a lot. I made sure to cop that. I'm a big fan of horror video games. This shit is crazy. Resident Evil 7 was wild. This one just as crazy. And what I'm going to do in terms of when I want to drop stuff. The song that we played during the intro, it'll come out this month at some point. I haven't decided a date, but I'm excited for that AOHB snap.
Him being I like listening to him in general, but he just has a bit of a different sound than I guess I'm used to hearing from upstate artists. So when he jumps into something, I'm just like, all right, this is cool. I really dig this. It's just a change of pace. So
and he's just going to keep getting better at it, too.
He's gonna get on this track.
That's a fact. I'll play later. Some new local music came out. Shout out to even know from upstate. So shout out to them. But I'm an artist named Cassidy. She's real dope. This was like the first time I checked her out. LA Maniac from T Mako. Lil Tajay dropped Wanna Ride, a video for that. We got Destiny's Child from OG Soul. PB Mogul dropped a track titled Dragon Bite. Then Scory dropped a track titled Rock and Roll. We got Redman 80 Bars Challenge from The Miserable Genius, which we'll be playing later. And Tusi dropped an album as well titled Thank You for Believing.
Hell yeah.
I was bumping that a lot over the weekend. But yeah, a lot of new music came out. What'd you guys think of all of it?
I've been bumping that Tusi a lot. Like, that's probably what I've been listening to the most lately, honestly. I'm really into Tusi. I really like Tusi's music. The last album I really connected with. I'm really connecting with this one. Like he's one of those artists I think that like, you know how I'm always kind of begging for versatility and things like that. And like, yeah, I want that with Tusi, but like he's the type of artist that I can kind of listen to him do something similar over and over again and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
I hear that. I definitely hear that. I didn't get a chance to run through the whole Tusi Baby verse in return for when he
on the Baby's project.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, and typically once you get to that industry level, rappers exchange verses as opposed to just doing one off. So that was really great to see. Story track was dope. It wasn't my favorite by him, but there was a wide array of different types of hip hop music that came.
That relationship, it was something I think where a lot of times where artists come from the same area, necessarily his artist, but it does give you a good idea of if the Baby steps into that role of like more of a label executive, he could be someone who does really good like Kendrick.
Into the Baby's artist or who he has on his roster?
I wasn't sure if he even had an actual label or anybody signed underneath him.
I just know about Stunna.
Oh yeah, and Stunna. Yeah, so he has multiple artists. And it's not just him, but it's like no, it's not Rich Dirt. And, he had
him doing this with Tusi, so.
Yeah.
Did you hear Tusi addressed the fact that he made a song with AI Tutu? Who there was a line he was just like, he said something about made a song with like Tutu or something like that. Made a song with a snitch, but I ain't one or some shit like that. He just very like quickly like went over it and was basically like distanced himself from AI Tutu. I thought it was interesting.
Nah, it's got to be different.
No, I'm thinking of the wrong dude. That's what I'm thinking of the wrong dude, and I always do this.
Sheridan out here.
Yeah, well, I'm like,
he's always calling the wrong people.
Talking about.
I know
that Corvette, hop in the motherfucker, jet like jet. He did a song with Lil Uzi, and then he got exposed for being a snitch. AI Tutu's not a snitch.
Jeez, dude.
Well,
I was like, he can't be talking about the same guy. But
I'm talking about the whole wrong dude, bro.
Jeez.
It's whatever though.
But Tusi did not see that. He's beefing with who?
Tusi, PDG, the YouTuber turned rapper.
Oh, damn.
Moonwalking in Calabasas community. And when there's serious shit happening, I don't want to put that out there, but they're definitely going at it over Ruby Rose.
Oh, that's fun. Anyway, so he probably just likes to do that type of shit. So, but it's interesting to see an artist of his level expanding into a different realm as well. Let's talk. This conversation is going to be interesting because Sheridan was going crazy over this track. He's a new J. Cole stan, apparently. This new J. Cole song. I actually didn't hear it. Intermediate reaction, Sheridan was at this
J. Cole track. Like, I don't.
It's his best songs in an undebatable top 5 in his
best. I'm talking about one of his 5 best songs.
Yo, I felt like that was 3 different sentences. But, so, it's an amazing song of almost everything that J. Cole tries to do up until this point. Very conscious, self-aware, great melodies throughout, incredible rhyme schemes. Very in love with it. When I finally took a chance to listen to it, I couldn't get past the first 4 bars. Like I probably rewinded it 6 times, no exaggeration, just so I can look at the pockets.
That was my thing. That was my
Sarah getting couplets, you feel me, and just going all. So it has me really excited for his album.
Yeah.
He showed a lot of skill, but like what really brought it to the next level for me is what has often bothered me about J. Cole is when he sings, it's not good.
But that's
in this song.
That's skill as well.
In this song, he showed true like voice control. He stayed within his range, and it literally sounded like he was like hitting the exact things that I would have wanted more from him to like tease the album that was going to come out. Like when I said this was going to be his best or worst album, like this is trending towards this will be his best album. I think that in terms of the ability of like Anthony's saying, not only stay in range. I don't know, bro. It was a very amazing track. I think just I couldn't imagine how like what
this is just there's certain test of time or how long that will this be his discography, whenever that may be, and it'll still be fire. I don't like just great music, but to do that when he has tracks like '03 Adolescence out there. You feel me? Like, and granted, that's only one track, but he has multiple albums, multiple projects. Like, back to the topic, bro. Like, all the Simbas, like he has some truly great joints, but his voice, what you're talking about on this, like,
It'd be like incredible, like top to bottom, like, because of what he's trying to do, what he's like, the way he's kind of comparing it to those early mixtapes, but also going to be one of the best projects. As like a big J. Cole fan, I'm starting to get it back for this project, like especially the way the rollout's being done and the way that he's just speaking on it too. I thought the documentary was really cool.
Yeah, man, the documentary seen in recent memory. Like there's events that happen and there's shit that takes place that'll motivate me and inspire me. But just visibly seeing something come together like that and hearing how he was speaking about it, like it almost made me like I'm excited to be 23. I feel like I'm young and have so much to improve on and learn in this game. But to be 35 and 36 and almost feel like a sensei at like a legend and a master in this shit, but also feel like you're just only because you have to be in not perfect, but as good of health mentally, emotionally, and physically as you can to create something with this much impact. And I think that this will be, exactly, dog.
He's playing professional basketball.
And it's just going to get him like a wild amount of alternative coverage that he might not have seen, but it's the same type of, and like, I mean, it's just very interesting to see, like, it's kind of what he wants, essentially, or kind of what someone would want if you want to be able to go and play basketball and get that coverage, as well as being a hip-hop star. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's almost the equivalent to being on an NBA team because he's going to get that coverage regardless, so it's crazy.
Did you just see that he was the first artist to grace the cover of Slam magazine? And that just came out
like my dream, bro.
Storyline of 2000.
To be honest, he always wanted to be J. Cole. And this is just now solidifying.
I think you're probably right. Like, I think he's just finally seeing what everyone else has seen this whole time.
Middle-aged black man with dreads. We all know this. Like, that equation.
Everything else.
I mean, yeah. Retiring is, well, Michael Jordan retired and came back. Like, you can retire and still actively...
The way he's talking about it, though, is it feels like he's about to retire and maybe, like, just take a whole step back. Like, he might still have his label and everything, but he ain't dropping for, like, 5-10 years, if ever.
Essentially, this nigga said that he has unfinished business and he's not retiring until he finishes that unfinished business. Given your all and everything that you have to offer to the game, then I don't have a problem with you hanging it up. Like, I think I mentioned this the last podcast that we had, but if Kendrick never dropped another album again, I would feel like, damn, he did just about everything that he hit almost every. I don't think J. Cole has hit every mark that he can hit.
But if he can do this whole rollout,
yo, I gotta do some crazy shit now too.
If you don't think that J. Cole has,
we got Ant on a little bit of a delay. Frozen Ant. That's all right. That's all right.
It's the Ice Age.
Nah, but this we'll try and get Ant back. Hopefully it'll unfreeze momentarily. But this whole Cole situation, regardless, I'm very excited for the album. At that point right now, like, and this might just projects is what it looks. Let's see if we can get Ant back in this or what.
I think it's just that J. Cole is doing all this. I know Kendrick wasn't gonna retire, but I think this is gonna make him rethink whatever his release was. I genuinely do. Like, I think that he's going to look at this and be like, oh, word, like, Cole's doing some wild shit. And maybe it won't be with this release. Maybe he'll put out a release, and he already had an Hendrix going to go play in any leagues. But I think that he can find his own way to tap into his fan base like that, because that's kind of always been one of J. Cole's things. People always knew, fans of J. Cole, he was a baller. But Kendrick has his own things that he can relate to with his fan base. Goes with, just the regular release kind of stuff that he usually does, or if he'll do some, out of the box stuff like J. Cole is doing. Because I think that he will. Maybe not with this release, but definitely within the next two.
Well, and I wonder too, like, we're talking about Kendrick. What about Drake? He's got this whole project lined up But what if, like, this is basically going to overshadow that? I feel like no matter what he does with Certified Lover Boy now, like, he should have dropped it. He should have dropped it at the top of the year when he had time, because I don't feel like he's going to do anything that could show up Cole in this.
I think he'll be fine. I think but there's a fan base that Drake's going to be able to tap into that Kendrick and Cole just aren't ever going to tap into. You know what I mean? Like Drake, not like just on a graphic. I don't really think Kendrick and J. Cole can compare. I think that there are fans who like Kendrick and like J. Cole more. Like, they're more die-hard fans. But I think the volume of Drake fans is just
like critical role at this point. Like, I feel like Drake has to push back a couple months now because of how dominant this rollout is going to be. But this rollout is going to be crazy, bro. If he does get covered, different aspect of people checking him out, and the music seems to be delivering.
Like he does with this song. Yeah, if he delivers like he does with this song, like, yeah, for sure. But I'm just not. I guess I'm just not worried about. Like, not that I care about Drake, but like, if I'm Drake, I'm not worried.
You might have a look, because I think
I'm a little more relieved that I didn't drop my project before J. Cole. Honestly.
Right.
If anything, I'm like, okay, he's doing all this rollout. Now I'm gonna just wait a couple weeks after the hype dies down a little bit, and then bang, I'm coming with my shit.
Because he's dropping it the same day, as kind of adds to the theory that some are. You know what I mean? I think it's a smart play from someone like 21 Savage, because he's had a really good song with Cole drop recently, and maybe he ends up being featured on that project as well. So,
like, a week or two later, but like, if Cole's dropping and there's other good albums, like
that. Well, that Cole album is gonna. That's why I didn't rush to the single too. You know what I mean? I think I wanted to hear to it. So.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about like I just would never do something like that personally.
You wouldn't drop the same day.
Artists, but not anybody that I feel like could overshadow.
If that like were the case. Like, say Drake, we're gonna drop the same day as your upcoming project. Even would you want to swip? Would you want to push it if you hadn't already? If you hadn't already announced, you probably might, right?
Yeah, but it depends. Like, right now, like, no, like, but like, if I'm like, say I'm, you know, I'm Jack Harlow, I'm
right?
Dropping.
I think at a certain level, I genuinely think they think it helps. I think it helps to an extent, but I think
it depends on who you are. I don't know that it's gonna help 21 Savage.
For some reason, I feel like that one just makes sense. Like
I usually hear about this stuff. Like, yeah, that's true. But
there's not a lot of promo behind it. Like I said, it's just an EP. So also got this DMX posthumous album that's been announced. Did you hear about that or no?
I did hear about it, but I didn't read anything about it. I just saw it.
It's coming on the 28th. I'm excited about that. Kind of like, it's only a couple of weeks out. Wow. They said that this album was already essentially done and ready to be. We got him back. He's fucking back.
Go.
And it was nice and easy, nice and simple. We're talking
28th, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for that. I saw a lot of people getting upset because they were saying that it was too soon after his death, which it really is still unfortunate that he died. It's still R.I.P. DMX. It's not like that just blew over in the wind. But they announced this album 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
They've been hyping up this Pop Smoke feature on the DMX project for months now, since he passed. So I know that it's been in the works. I know DMX had a lot of his own say go into the one more display of legendariness from the legend.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous in it to an extent, but I'm excited that it was essentially complete, or probably pretty much complete, before his passing. And it's tragic regardless. Z and other artists are showing it's still a possibility. You know what I mean? It'll be a bummer in that situation, but I'm excited to hear it. Excited to hear what kind of music it is. If we get any of those stuff that really make new one.
Yeah, and that's what killed me. Yeah, that's what killed me about the Pop Smoke album was like it was so fucking good. You're like, damn, bro. Like, I'm starting with DMX. It's a little different. Like, yeah, he had his time, but it's like, damn. Like, if this ends up being, a really good album, like, it's like, shit. This guy could have, maybe tragic. It's tragic either way, like you said, but. Man,
no, of course. I mean,
it's gonna be crazy.
He was in the midst of getting his life together, mind, body, and soul type shit. But he definitely, I don't think the love for DMX ever went anywhere for most people. I think he held a very special place that anybody would be lucky and blessed to have.
Just the crazy collabs he could have had, like you said, he was getting his life together, getting stuff probably featured on this project, and you might see a couple features come out down the line. But the amount of stuff we could have seen, the amount of work, because he's been out of the game for so long that there's just a whole definitely pumped for the album. Though I'm excited to hear it makes sense. Like it's not like
me, apparently a leak off favorite rapper. I'm not gonna listen to it because y'all know me. I don't listen to leaks, but.
Every J. Cole fan says J. Cole fan says every new J. Cole song is the best one they've ever heard.
Yeah, some of those quotes that Sheridan was posting had me cracking up.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, my man's very objective though. I'm excited to hear it.
That's good.
This is a project where I really wouldn't. The site, the site got shut down. I haven't listened to leaks in like 6 months, so. And it's dry out here a little bit.
Yeah.
If the site came back up, I'll be right on there. Like, all right, what they got? But
crowdfunding for leaks.
Dude, they crazy in there. Apparently coming on the 28th. I think one of them tweeted about this.
Dirk collab album.
Yeah, apparently this has been in the works for a little bit. They had a track on the Khaled album, right? Where I think they were both featured on it. But
I stayed away from the Khaled album.
Me too. That's why I can't say for sure. But I read about it. I think they had a track.
I will say, as weird as this is, bro, but with all the star power that this song has, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, and Meek Mill, they had a song and a video on YouTube that I thought was like a mashup, fake ass song. But I still clicked on every single lyric, making a whole song, and it has less than 1 million views, and it dropped. It dropped a couple months ago. Like, so either I've never heard of that song existing. I stumbled across it and was like, how is this not blown up at all? It was crazy.
That is crazy. And that's why they're looking for, like, is this one that people want?
No. I'm excited for this. I think Lil Baby is a great artist. I think Lil Durk is a great artist as well, who's just finding his lane in hip hop right now. And until he drops every time, but it's good music that you can at least bump. And there's a chance that he has a fucking mega hit on there, maybe multiple. There will be a lot of pain and a lot of street shit and a lot of
posted and deleted it, so it might not come out the 28th, but they did tweet it out. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's a situation where they got the date mixed up or decided to change the date for one reason or another. But yeah, they tweeted it out. So
I like Durk. I listen to Durk quite a bit. I have no interest in Lil Baby ruining his songs.
Wow,
oh my lord.
He's just out here hating on Lil Baby. I don't listen to either of these two very much, but I know that this is like on a full length, and that's the one that's tossed around by people.
Uzi and Thug. I'd love, as corny as this is, I would love to see another Bad Meets Evil. Just to hear where the fuck they would be. I don't think it would be great. I think it would be, but I would love to hear Voice and Eminem together in like a modern sense.
Fair enough.
I don't want to hear any old people.
No old people collabs. It's too late for that.
I don't care about old people.
I don't care about old. That's why Sheridan was partying without his mask all of COVID.
Damn, that's fucked up, Sheridan. The truth, X was jealous over Billie Eilish's Grammy. Jealous about this award. I just think this is an interesting conversation of like, once you're at that level of stardom, you have the top song in the world, but you're letting these awards get you fucked up. It's crazy. It's like no matter how big you get in the industry, there's gonna be shit fucking with your head no matter what.
Yeah, man.
The award shows just love little white girls, bro. I think that's the issue.
The award shows just love. I think what Lil Nas X is shedding light on is something that is actually really interesting, and I've tried to pay attention to a lot in the industry. I'm a dream that will feel like you're owed more over him or coming. I don't even know what I was about to say. When people started coming at him for the Montero video, it's literally how I'm just this little kid who started to imagine myself to be, and this nigga can't hold it in. It's just I don't know. They get greedy. I think it's interesting that he decided to speak openly about it, though.
It is.
I feel like he's just been so disrespected. He has the right to speak on it.
Do you think he should have won over her? And what won? And what did he feel?
I think this was like when Old Town Road came out and shit, a little bit before the pandemic and whatnot. Because he had talked about how during the pandemic he was like locked inside and was able to really think about the situation and being mad about it. So I think it was like her when she had initially blew up and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I get being frustrated, I guess, because I think it was more or less a fact of like this shit isn't fair. Like maybe like I don't know if he had come out yet at that point, so like maybe they don't want a gay black man to win this award. I have literally the top song in the entire world. Like everyone is playing this song nonstop. Why did she win? Even though it doesn't matter, or whatever it is.
I think a lot of award shows were like, we need to give it to Billie Eilish, who's going to have this legendary career. Lil Nas X is just a one-hit wonder. This was an anomaly. This is never going to happen again. Homophobia, probably also racism, and among other things that have been like apparent in award shows forever. I think that all gives him the right, and just how disrespected he's been in his career for all the.
See, like he's come to the realization of like listen to, and you're not just a one-hit wonder. Yeah. So it's
just and have historically they just don't always have the courage or wherewithal to come out and say something about it.
Facts. So, Jay-Z.
You know me, I would be out there saying mad shit about it.
Right. Yeah. Jay-Z's getting into the NFT business. He's partnering with a NFT storefront. He invested quite a bit of money into one of these places where you can just purchase and sell NFTs from. It's very interesting to see Jay-Z getting involved in this. He seems to get involved in damn near everything. So I don't know if it's necessarily a positive outcome. Jay-Z just invests in everything. But
well, I was going to say it seems to be working out for him pretty damn well.
No, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
This didn't surprise me
Nas
at
has
all.
no misses.
Not just dropping NFTs, right? The thing that is involved
about them hasn't been as much as it extend the duration that the NFTs would be, bring new light into it, add a whole new way of thinking into it. I'm sure he has a team working on shit right now for all the artists on the Rock Nation. There's going to be a lot of money into that, and I'm sure he's going to figure out how to crack it.
So they're just trying to set up the marketplace storefront for people and then build on from that. So it's interesting. XXXTentacion's family is now releasing his unreleased music via NFTs and shit like that. So that's the wave, apparently.
It's the wave.
I heard of this next thing. Wolf had a collab EP that I've never heard of. I'm just saying. I don't know, but this was old. Like this.
About this,
I'm trying to find this shit right now on Spotify because that's hilarious.
I know Ed Sheeran do be rapping though.
Yeah, dude,
Ed Sheeran got a track with
Sheridan for some reason. So.
Ew, man, big nasty.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, dog. Like,
but
like,
I'm not a big fan of.
So Andrew, Eminem can't keep up with my boy Sharon.
That's funny.
Slumdog Bridge. That's the name of their collab EP.
Yeah, bro. You ain't heard it?
Wolf's career on that shit. That's why Ed Sheeran's mad famous now.
Oh, damn.
Fuck out of here. I've only heard like.
He the coldest rapper out.
Y'all not fucking with Catfish Billy?
No.
And you said Big Nasty is nasty?
Catfish Billy, bro.
Nope, I'm
good. Catfish Billy ain't fucking my boy Big Nasty.
All right. I should have never
Here's
done
what
that.
happens when you bring up that boy.
Right.
Yeah,
all right. Let's just play some music. Let's play some music from some upstate artists. We'll play Ant's track here in a minute. It might have been on Full Length Project that he dropped. I think sometime in April. So I don't know exactly the name of the project. The name of the weeks ago as well. So we're gonna play.
That is not true.
We'll see how it goes.
I don't think you niggas cut like that. Let it all spin the block, we gon' spill like that. I don't think you like that. Talking tough like that. Took the lost a while back, it still feel like it's fresh. I can't get to my op, it feel like I'm obsessed. So that bitch got indicted, I'm still feeling stressed. Feel like prison too good, we get even with death. The GA just to been the corner. The low put up too, I'm usually a loner. Won't talk when I see you, nigga, you a goner. The pill in my body made the feeling stronger. I don't think you really cut like that. Got my 4 or 5 on for like 4 nights long, try and leave him in the cut like that. He don't drop first time, we gon' come right back. Ain't no doubt I'ma pull it. Fill my clip up with bullets. My brother ain't lived to the fullest. And I feel like he died way too young. I can drop all these ops, I be still feeling numb. I don't think you niggas cut like that. Let it all spin the block, we gon' dump right back. I don't think you niggas built like that. Talking tough on the net, you get killed like that. I don't think you niggas real like that. Head rap, head tap, you get spilled like that. I don't think you in the field like that. You ain't trying to make a meal like that. I don't think you niggas cut like that. Let it all head tap, you get spilled like that. I don't think you in the field like that. You ain't trying to meet weight, double back with the heat. But I'm fast for relief many times, now they want it for the free. I don't think they really cut like that. But to my city should be cut though. Before a long young nigga let a gun smoke. I'll spin the block, we gon' dump right back. I don't think you niggas built like that. I think you in the field like that. Tough on the net, you get killed.
But I thought that Karma, the project, was a really dope. I think it was like a 6-pack of tracks. I was bumping it heavy when it first dropped. I think he found a pocket with his flow. It could get jiggy to that, but there was a couple joints.
Yeah, I usually, so Andrew's capping. I usually like Ty Vegas, but I did not like that song, like really at all.
It stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's catchy. That's what we talked about last time, right?
So actually, I like the track. I
You
think
like that?
Nah, I like that. Nah, so I actually, at least, and so I'm trying to think
like I
back
heard it.
intro to the project. So I'm trying to think about how I felt when I first heard the project. I didn't. Oh, that would have been trash. Just as an intro, it was bumping it. It's a track that you could really bump for any very easily. He has a really dope.
Even though they are really, really great together, like maybe that would have been. I just played that because he had dropped the video recently. I thought it. I thought it was alright, but it didn't necessarily have. Because I know sometimes the complaint is alright, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I was pretty just bored. Like I was just bored by it. I didn't even really like his delivery that much on the track, honestly.
It was different than maybe what I'm typically used to hearing from him. So.
Nah, exactly, Drew. And to Sheridan, I think I know this for a fact. He's been recording in his own crib and himself for a while, making sure that he does everything in house. I'm not sure if he's engineering himself or if he has somebody else doing that. But there is going to be a slight difference in sound from some of the music he was dropping to now because he switched where he's recording. So it might take a little bit.
Yeah, quality definitely sounds different.
Yeah.
But I like that. I respect that. I'm a home recorder too. But
check out the rest of the project and let me know.
I'm definitely going to, because unlike fucking Andrew's claims, I do like a lot of Ty Vegas music.
I don't. I just sometimes you know you're brutal. You're the honest guy, right? So, all right. This next track is from an artist named L Biz. He just dropped a project this week.
Forgive me for my sins. It's almost time. Yeah. Lord, forgive me for my sins. Yeah. Lord, forgive me. Go through your pupils dilate from the darkness and hate, won't even listen, so leave emotions in prison. This is labeled cause love seems to be sacrilege, the lust for luxury. Guess I was born to be rebellious. House the fire, bruh. To the face without the silence, so they despise my complexion because I'm black. But when they take they for fact, forgive us all and help us draw close to you. Word. Can God forgive us? For what we've done to this world. Lord, forgive me for my sins. Lord, forgive me for my sins. Lord, forgive me for my sins. Wash me with your blood and purify me again. Wash me with your blood and purify me again.
That was Communion by L Biz off his new project. I had a feeling y'all might like that. What'd you think, Sheridan?
That was fire. That was really fire. I like that start to finish. I was in it. I was vibing. Like, you know, there were a couple, like, if I want to be like, I didn't really need it for that track because he was just spitting.
was kind of contributed to like the aesthetic of the track. Started with the mumbling to the beat to the verses. There was a lot of figurative language in that track. A lot of different devices used, and also
and that's what
some corny shit to break down. But
like
exactly, start to finish, I really enjoyed that. I didn't know Donald Foreman was involved in that track. Is Donald Foreman L Biz, or did he produce that?
So all I did was type in at L Biz and saw the cover art as his profile picture, so I figured there was some involvement, but
okay.
I don't know exact involvement. But yeah, I mean, but the project itself is dope. I'm excited to check out the whole thing. That's the outro, but I really absolutely. So, yep, definitely one to check out. Go ahead and play it.
Let's get it.
You must wanna die, stepping with the fire like bow. I make them nervous to rap. I had D1 dreams, but I was working the trap. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk, but I heard of your rap. But we ain't see him in the front, we gon' circle the back. Yeah, I'm just blessed to be alive. Split it like Moses, nigga stepping to the side. Think I heard his ego, I'm threatening his pride. You must wanna die, stepping with threatening his pride. You must wanna die.
The locals mad and I don't blame them. Wins Brady, they been stacking. Plus these bitches on my dick running at me for the sack. Man, I was pushing like a cab, drop the pack for the bag. Circle tight on my bike, move like Jimmy for the gram. Keep the jab, I got my own bag, bitch. Bench, now I'm back and catching up gun. You never catch a dub up in the L, I think I got one. Top 5, you not one. Who the fuck can really stop us, bitch?
I make them nervous to rap. I had D1 dreams, but I was working the trap. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk, but I heard of your rap. But we ain't see him in the front, we gon' circle the back. Yeah, I'm just blessed to be alive. Split it like Moses, nigga stepping to the side. Think I heard his ego, I'm threatening his pride. You must wanna die, stepping with the fire. Hope, too dope, put the brick in the blender, they candy pop. Get a couple drugs and mix them together. There was a time where the plug gave me 50 or better. I got green like pond, I was tripping for cheddar. Shit, I mean with the rhyme, kept the zip in the cellar. Too cold, you ain't fit for the weather, niggas could never. I cannot pass my spliff, funk ass fuck. Hit Wegmans for the Danny's favorite. I don't care if you're compensating, I amputate them. Split decision, get the wiggin' like a cancer patient. Yeah, I told AOHB, fingernails, one dreams, but I was working the trap. I'm just blessed to be able to die, stepping with the
plans yet, or
Pierce produced to drop ASAP at D Brown's, but I went to for it, and depending on how it does as a single, it might be music that I want to drop, could let go, that aren't associated. I'm trying not to go weeks or a month at a time without dropping music at this point forward. From like the end of March to now, it's been kind of crazy just in terms of Pierce the other day, and he was talking about mixes that we have, blah blah, and he was saying a lot of the other songs and to let it drop ASAP, and that's really all I let that bitch go. I got
collaborative singles that you have, and then maybe like do a compilation. I feel like that would be a really smart way to promote
I mean, that's what
I got one
on. You feel me? I haven't collected a lot. It's beautiful. I have the music that I want to create, as opposed to Element is kind of grimy sounds, but the content, he felt so comfortable. Back to my house, and then the next I did, but I wanted to went way harder on the second one. So we got a dope track.
I knew we played the one with Casper. We've been talking about him a lot, but I feel like it's just going to continue out of Upstate, just immediately off the out to artists and just making shit happen. And I think you're right. Once this one drops, we could see a lot of that for him. But it's cool because when I was listening to it the first time, that's what I was thinking, like, I want to see him do features. Then when I listened to it the second time, I was like, I want to see you drop all these features I know you got in the tuck. And like,
bro,
I think that could be a cool.
Right. Mm-hmm. I wish I could just put this on the screen. Beyond that aren't tied in to projects. 2 hours and 30 minutes of singles that are just collabs, and half of these have 2 or 3 artists on them. You feel me? Like I sometimes, because they're not on projects, I'm not always thinking about them.
Right.
And to sit here, I don't want to put your business out there, Sheridan, but he did 2 or 3 or 4 heads, 5 if a local dude put one product. It really will probably take off in a different type of way than we expect.
Yeah, it could be really cool. So That's exciting, and like that's where a track like this, previewing it here, is really dope to see, and who knows what could span from it. So definitely excited to see when that does eventually release. I'll be bumping that for sure. I got one last track lined up for us today. This one is from the Miserable Genius. He did a let's just play it and we'll get right.
Rust Belt baby, my name is Damiano. Some call me a spick, and be like Don Jones, get me my big break. Smoke every rapper in the booth like I'm taking a sick break. To go to war in my mind, you gon' need a think tank, cause I'll go medieval on your ass like Bing Rames. Paul Must, you just loud like Khaled. I was like Fallon, nigga, I'm a monster, I'ma keep on the profile. Need to be blinded, I get so high sometimes that I feel like a flight risk. With this mic in my hand, I'm like Luke Kane with the bite kicks. Bite dick if you hating. I'm a rap guy like Eminem levitating. I level you in the ratings, you basic. I'm stacking my capital, you out here lowercase. I'll son everyone, there ain't no relation. You wanna build with me, your final destination. Decapitating amateurs like a Freddy vs. Jason. Woo-ha, got you all in check. When I bust the rhymes, y'all break your necks. Wuhan flow sick, now you all infected. I'm the miserable genius, don't y'all forget it. I'll strangle a white male like Red Man until I get red hands like in What the Album. Until we get reparations, I'll be defecating, talking shit to anyone like fuck the outcome. Rest in peace of Malcolm, X and McCormick. I learned a lot from both, now I'm sharp as a swordfish. Your chick keep giving me eyes, tell her chill from like in a milli. Sometimes I rock braids, sometimes in Afro. I'm a New Yorker kid from Italy, so I started to scribble. Now with the machine chasing my dreams, I'm honestly not proud. They disrespecting the culture, got from the clutches of the USA. Do what I say, go to Bandcamp, search my name, the miserable genius. Purchase my tape, Melanin College. You'll trip out like Salvador Dali. Good golly, this kid's awesome. You're ready if you need a feature pin. I can make the biggest mouth sound like Charlie Chaplin. Who your top 5? I bet you I can subtract them, cause I got more lines than a cokehead arachnid. These are the type of bars and flows you trap by ice. People come here.
Well, that's not the. And I mean, it seemed. I won't say for sure, but it seemed like
it's the top of the head. It's kind of crazy.
Surprised, like I get that.
It's that type of
his music. I can,
exactly.
yeah.
It's that type of person, that type of vibe when you hear it.
Yeah.
And